Now. All
Oh,
right.
I see it.
Cool. Hi, Kevin. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you? Well, I'm okay.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I like this
Good.
workout.
You?
Yeah. I did it at least twice, like in 2017. So this is gonna be cool, I think. So yeah, we're here to talk about a little bit what we think that you should do for this workout and what will help you to get better at it. So first, I think that Kevin, we both agree that this is a perfect workout for the hashtag Are You Willing? Yeah. So this is gonna be how bad do you want it? Like this is the classic one. You can do burpees, you can do dumbbell snatch at 50 pounds for the men and 35 for the women. So how fast can you go and are you going to be able to keep going with the speed mentally? I think this is going to be a big factor.
That's key, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So this is the first thing. Then we have some tips and trick for the movements. So the burpee, box jump over, and then the dumbbell snatch. We're gonna start with the dumbbell snatch. Kevin, do you want to talk about it a little more?
Yeah. So I think the main thing is getting a good touch and go. And that means a good transfer of the dumbbell. So because it's so helpful to keep your tension, to touch and go the rep, back and forth. And a lot of athletes don't really think about the little finer details of this. So a major thing with touching and going, obviously, is getting the arm extended before you hinge at the hip. So make sure that you're going over these things in the warm up. So doing things like dumbbell deadlifts and dumbbell high pulls and sequencing that, so you can get the rhythm of rep cycling and hinging your hip in the right sequence. So what I mean is getting that arm straight before you hinge your hip in a fast sequence, because you're going to have to do these dumbbell snatches pretty quickly. But before we can even do that, we have to switch the dumbbell properly. And I hope a lot of you can actually use a hook grip for this. And some of you might not have thought about using a hook grip on a dumbbell. So how we do that is when we have the dumbbell extended overhead, we bring the dumbbell down, but at the same time, the other hand, we have to think about that coming up. And you're going to make a hard, I don't know if you see that, but like a hard C with that hand. You're going to just drop the dumbbell like from a couple inches away, but you're going to drop that dumbbell into the C. That hand is going to butt up against the head of the dumbbell. And where the handle, if you're following me here, where the handle meets the head of the dumbbell, it's a much thinner. So if you have small hands like I do, you can still hook a hook grip in. You can sink that in right there. So as soon as it drops in, as soon as you feel the head, hook grip, and then arm extends. And if you can get into that rhythm of drop, hook, extend, then hinge at the hip, drop, hook, extend, touch and go kind of thing, and get into that rhythm of cycling, it's going to make it much smoother, and to the point where you can almost catch your breath when you're overhead to when you're switching on the dumbbell. And that rep cycling, it'll make it a lot smoother, a lot more relaxed. Yeah, I know that's very detailed and complex, but I don't think you should think about that while you're working out and actually doing the event. I think you should, if you haven't thought about that before, just try to get into some type of rhythm beforehand, and then don't think while you're moving other than go fast and maintain your heart rate. But
Yeah, cool.
you have anything to add, Andrick?
Yeah, but you talked about the warm up, and this is a good thing because I think that people could do some thoracic rotation before the workout. I know that a lot of athletes have trouble with that, so extension and rotation. Like we often put in the Deka Comp programming the thoracic rotation stuff on the mobility section, and I know that a lot of people don't really know why and don't really understand what the fuck is that.
Yeah.
This is why. All right, so
This
this
is
is
an
the
example.
goal,
Yeah.
because at the bottom of the dumbbell snatch, you're clearly in a rotation at the thoracic. So this might be a good idea just to make sure that the movement is smooth, that you can keep moving without any tension in your body. So that's a good thing. Yeah, so I think that's pretty much it for the dumbbell snatch. Like just breathe at the top and
Yeah, that's actually, I want to highlight what you just said there, because I think that's goes in the first earlier rounds. People are going to forget to do that because they get so excited, and they go fast and they hold their breath and go like. So that's fine for the first 10 reps, maybe even the first 20, but it's going to catch up with you on the 30s and definitely on the 40s. So like keep in mind that it's going to get bad, and you want to, like, breathing is super important, and at the top specifically.
Exactly. I think, I don't know if you agree with me, but I think that this is a breathing workout. So you need to synchronize the breathing and the dumbbell snatch.
Yeah.
So you need to breathe at the exact same time every rep.
Yeah.
So you can keep going with the same pattern every time you move. So yeah, I think practice how to breathe is a good thing for that.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing on that is just like the body's gonna like consistency on this one, because inside there's gonna be a whole bunch of chaos going on. So
oh yeah, that's it. So I think that's pretty much it for the dumbbell snatch.
Yeah, and then on the warm up, don't forget to get your heart rate up too, because that's going to be super important. Just generally, like what'd you say about the warm up? Thoracic rotation, that might be neglected, and it's going to be really important. And then heart rate, get it up. Don't be afraid to sweat. You need to get your heart rate and your breathing kind of accustomed to being at a high level.
Oh yeah, exactly. That's a good thing. Cool. All right. Then for the burpee box jump over, like we said earlier, I think that there's like multiple strategies that you can use depending on what type of athlete that you are. I know that a lot of people just say like, don't stand up on the box because you will lose so much time, but this might be the good strategy for you if you're a certain type of athlete. I think the main goal is to find a strategy, a pattern that you can hold and keep going, keep moving for the burpee box. You just don't want to stop the movement. So you don't want to stop at the bottom of the box before going down. And then you don't want to completely stop for like 2-3 seconds on the box. But if you can just keep moving because you're standing up, this might be a good thing. So the first one would be like maybe go faster on the burpees on the ground. So touch and go, and then stand up, jump on the box, and then use the time on the box to relax a little bit more and breathe. All right. Not stop, but just breathe and then slowly turn and then go down again. Then touch and go, and then exact same thing, keeping moving like that. The other one is the opposite. So you go a little bit faster on the box, either like jumping on it and jumping the other side, or jumping on it and then turning while stepping down, but fast. And then at the bottom of the burpees, you try to release tension on the shoulder a little. You don't release the end from the floor. You keep the end on the floor, like not like the wall walk last week. But you really like go smoothly on the floor, relax the tension, and then push, breathe, and then jump, and that's it. So yeah, and the step down to me is a really good strategy to keep the heart rate lower, especially if you're a taller athlete. If you're a shorter athlete, I know that really the people like to just jump on the box with the ass really like on the grass on the squat, and then just go down the other side, and it's easier like that for them. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. Keep moving. My biggest tips is keep moving for the burpees box jump.
Yeah.
What do you think, Kevin?
Yeah, I like it. It's good. I think you just have to recognize what type of athlete you are and what works for you, just like you said.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. So that's pretty much it for the burpee box jump. I really want to talk about the standards, guys. Like, just be careful about the standards. Yeah, we all want to compete fairly, and we want to show like how fit we are, but we need to like do the standards right if we want to do that. So just make sure that the elbows locked at the top of the dumbbell, and that's pretty much the only thing that you have to think about. That both like side of the dumbbell touch the ground at the bottom. That's it.
Yeah, that's one big thing I see a lot of people making mistakes with. They touch the one head of the dumbbell on a snatch, but it should be both, right? So that's a big detail that could save you from having to redo it.
Yeah.
I know a lot of you will redo it anyway, but you know what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, yeah, exactly. So yeah, last thing, I think that for the people that did this workout in 2017 and recorded themselves, maybe try to find the video, look at the video, and see what you did, how you did it, and where can you save time or can you change things in the video. This is always a good thing. And this year, like, make sure to film yourself and keep the video. So if you do it again in the future, you will be able to look at the video and understand where you can improve.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Yeah. So do you have anything else to add, Kevin, about that workout?
Yeah, it's gonna hurt. You gotta like you said, it's for the willing. You gotta be willing to make it hurt. But you can't start too crazy, especially on the burpees. You gotta think in your head, like, when you're starting, this is the speed that I want to finish with. And if you know in your head you're not going to be able to maintain it, then I think you have to be a little bit more conservative. We all saw last night Quant and Medeiros, and both are going to be good scores. Like they're going to be top 10%. Quant probably redo it, but I mean, not all of us are those athletes. So you have to really recognize, who am I, and especially if you've done it before, we're trying to beat ourselves, right? And it's when we try to go a little bit too hard is when we don't do as well as we normally could. So big stamina workout, like you said. So don't burn out, but be willing to go to that dark place. You got to balance it.
Yeah. All right. So last thing, I think we could maybe talk about what are our expectations about the leaderboard for the top 10% maybe, and the top like for the semifinals. What do you think you will need to have if you want to compare to others? So I think that to be in the top 10%, you will need to be sub 14. I think that if you're above 14, I think that's gonna be too slow. So sub 14, maybe sub 13, 30, some things like that. What do you think?
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Just based on how it went last time.
Yeah, and people are so fit this year.
I know. Well, and that's the thing. So every year, like, we could obviously be wrong with that. It could be a lot faster. And every single year the Open comes around, I've been a part of it every single year, and we're always surprised by how good everyone gets. Every year, everyone gets so much better. Yeah. And you think every year you always think, like, this is the year that it's going to meet my expectations, but I don't know about you, but it always exceeds mine. You got to be willing to understand that. And if you want a good score, like the scores might be a little bit better than what you think they are.
Yeah. And I think that for the people that might chase the semifinals, if you just want to know, like, right now, if you are in the right spot, you have to, I think the time you have to chase is sub like 11, 15. Something like that. Yeah, close to 11, and probably that the top 500 are going to be like, I think that people are really fit. Maybe sub 11.
Sub 11?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That
I did in 2017 11:28, and I wasn't in the top the top guys.
What place were you in 2017?
Okay, I was like in Canada. I'm gonna look at it just to make sure that we're gonna look at in 2017 what you needed to be at the right spot. All right, so with 11:28 in 2017, I was like, oh, I was 380 place in the world with this workout.
Good job. That's really good.
So I know. Yeah, I think that with sub 11:30, you could be in the top 500. Yeah, 11:30. You have to chase that.
Yeah.
Are you gonna be able, Kevin?
Me? No. This was my worst score of 2017. That's why I talked about switching the dumbbells so much. I didn't know that back then. I actually set the dumbbell down. Like, this is old school CrossFit, like for dumbbell snatches. I put the dumbbell down and switched my hands on the ground.
Yeah.
That put a lot of strain on
this is a thing. If you don't switch in the air, your lower back will be like so much tired.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, make sure to switch in the air.
Yeah, it'll be tired for about a week probably.
Oh yeah, really bad.
But yeah, it's this is why, like, those little kind of details matter so much, because it seems so simple and athletes just will like burn through it and not realize some simple detail, but it could save you minutes in a workout like this.
Yeah, if you can keep your heart rate like 5 BPM, it's BPM. Yeah. Lower, this can change the whole workout.
Definitely. Yeah. And like you said, breathe. And so what do you think the games time is going to be like? We talked about quarterfinal, semifinal.
The games time, like the
like top 10 games athlete.
Top 10?
Top 10, yeah.
Sub 10. Oh, yeah.
Sub 10. Yeah.
Oh, this is going to be ridiculous. Like, this is going to be so fast.
Do you think the women beat the men again?
Yeah.
Because they beat them last week.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, this is the kind of workout that the girls are really, really, really good at.
I think so too.
They're good at anything, but like, everybody's good at anything, but like, there's some sort of workout like that I don't know, they can push harder like than us.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's weird. I thought last week, I'll admit, I thought that the men's scores were going to be better than the women's scores. But this week, I really think the women are going to be better than the men.
Yeah.
And if I'm wrong again this week, then don't listen to me.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not a betting man.
All right. So thank you, Kevin. That was really nice. So I hope everybody enjoyed it and that it might help you for the workout. So yeah, tell us about it and tag us on Instagram just to make sure that we can see you do the workout. All right. So take care, guys.